All right, welcome to eCruz Learning, where it's just that easy, with your favorite host, Professor Cruz. And today we're going to talk about number 6 over here, how to factor a trinomial completely when a equals 1. The reason I'm doing this video separate is because in the original video where I go through all the problems and all the ways that you could factor, something happened and you couldn't see what I was writing. There was technical difficulties. So and this is one of the most important concepts if you do not know how to factor. All right, so here we go. So let's factor this problem that says w squared plus 13y equals 42. I wrote the steps for you, 1, 2, 3. They're always the same steps when a equals 1. So I'm going to go going through them. So the first step to factor these is to open two parentheses. A trinomial factors into two binomials every single time. So I'm going to open two parentheses with the variable that they gave me. Because this is w squared, I'm going to write down w and w. The second step is to look at the last sign. So the last sign in this is the sign with the 42. Okay, that's the last sign that you can see, and it's positive. There could be two things, right? If it's positive, then we get a yes. Okay, and I always think about Bob the Builder, like, can we fix it? Yes, we can. So in these type of problems, I think when I do it, can we use it? And if it's positive, like in this problem, yes, we can. So I'm going to use the same sign. Okay, and I'm not going to use the positive sign. I'm going to use whatever sign is in the middle. That plus gives me permission to use the middle term sign, which is the positive 13. So I'm not going to use the last sign. The last sign just gives me permission. So because that says yes, I'm going to put plus and plus. Okay. Just a quick note at the bottom, if that was negative 42 instead, then I'm going to open my parentheses with the w's. And because no, we can't, it says use different signs. So one, it's going to be positive and the other one's going to be negative automatically. I don't even have to look at the middle because negative means no. It does not give me permission to use whatever sign is in the middle twice. So yes means the problem. Yes, use the sign in the middle. So the sign in the middle term, which is positive 13, the red part is plus and plus. And then if it was negative, then you can't see it. There would be one positive and the other one negative, as you can see down there, because negative means no. But this problem is positive, is not negative. So I'm going to erase that and we're going to continue. So that was step 2, finding the sign. Step 3 is find the factors of C. When you add them or subtract it, or when you combine, gives you B. Okay, so the factors of C, it's really important to understand or remember A, B, and C in a quadratic function. A is the coefficient of x squared. If you look at w squared, that will be a 1 right there. That's why we said that A equals 1. Okay, so I'm going to write 42, and I'm going to look for factors of 42. So the first one that I could think of is 1 times 42. 42 is divisible by 2, so I'm going to divide it by 2. That will be 21, and if I divide the right number by 2, then I have to multiply the left number by 2 to keep it equal, so 2 times 21. 21 is not divisible by 2, but it's divisible by 3, so 21 divided by 3 will be 7, and then 2 times 3 will be 6. And if I check 6 times 7, it gives me back 42, right? 2 times 21, 42. I'm looking for factors of 42. Well, at this point, I can stop because I have the same sign. And you know the song, same sign, add and keep. So because they're both the same sign, when I find these numbers, they have to add up to the middle term, B. All the key here is that positive 13. Do any of these factors add up to positive 13? The answer is yes, 6 and 7. 6 and 7, if you add them, it equals 13. So those are the numbers that go in here. This will be 6 and this will be 7. In this particular problem, it does not matter where you place the 6 or the 7 because they're both positive. They're both positive. If one of them was negative, then it does matter. And the way that you know is that whenever I put them, it has to give me the sign of the middle, right? Positive 13 in this case. Okay, so this is the answer. However, you could double check it every single time if you're not sure. How can you do that? By foiling. Okay, you could definitely foil this, and this is a technique that you've learned in school. Hopefully, you learned this in developmental math, but just in case, I'm going to cover it for you. Okay, so if I wanted to foil this, I'm going to have to take W on the first parentheses and distribute times every single term in the second parenthesis. So W times W is going to give me W squared. And then W times 7 is going to give me plus 7W. I'm done with W. Now I'm going to distribute a 6. It's distributive property twice. 6 times W is plus 6W. And positive 6 times positive 7 is positive 42. I have like terms in the middle, so they're going to combine. So 7W plus 6W gives me positive 13W. I'm not going to do anything with the W squared, so I'm bringing it down. And I'm also bringing down the positive 42. And as you can see, that last line is exactly the same as the original problem. So this is my answer, okay? This is in fact my answer. So when I FOIL, if I get back to the original problem, that means that this factors were correct. So that's how you factor factor quadratic trinomials when A equals 1. If you need to know how to factor when A does not equal 1, then continue watching the video for factoring expressions. Thank you.